Life, right? It throws more than a few curveballs, unexpected twists, and sometimes it throws us into a battle we never signed up for. We all have our challenges, our moments of struggle. But what happens when those challenges start young, dig deeper, and cause wounds that refuse to heal? Let's face it, we all have our baggage, and some burdens feel heavier than others. Talking about serious subjects can be uncomfortable, but sometimes it's necessary. Today, I'm here to open the door and begin discussions about a delicate topic that society doesn't like to acknowledge. Because how can I ask others to come forward if I'm not able to do the same? For over 50 years, I've carried a secret shaped by childhood tragedies that weren't supposed to happen. It's not about the happy childhood, the one filled with birthday cakes, scraped knees, and ice cream sundaes. Those occurred and they're all neatly packed away in memory. But this is about another side of that story. The side of myself that I kept hidden from the world. The side that shaped who I am, for better and worse. The side filled with silence and fear of being discovered, of being shamed. I am a survivor of childhood physical and sexual abuse, and I have a story to tell. Mine is not the generic survivor to thriver tale that has me walking into a healing sunset cured of all turmoil. While catharsis would be a wonderful thing, reality is another matter. And when it comes to the abuse of children, reality is all that matters. Not the sugar-coated confessionals that allow society to feel comfortable, but the brutally honest reality of what life is really like behind all the smiles and happy personas. How the weight of turmoil continually increases until it crushes the will to live. It's not easy to admit that in 2010 I attempted to end my life. Thankfully, I was unsuccessful, but it stands as evidence to the long-term effects of certain types of trauma and how it never leaves the victim. In that same year, I wrote down all of the things I could never reveal to anyone and the experiences that I just couldn't share. And I put them into a book that became a key to myself, who I was, who I am, and the surreal path that connects the two. But words on a page are one thing. Facing the world with such intensely personal confessions, that's an entirely different challenge. The trauma I experienced reduced me to homelessness, but it also propelled me to achievements most only dream of, and then eventually returned me back to a reclusive life. The residual turmoil became a parasite that never went away. It affected how I interacted with people, how I viewed the world, and it hardwired me to remain mute about anything to do with what happened to me. But there's a tipping point, isn't there? A moment where one realizes that staying silent only does more damage. I've lost too many friends and fellow survivors to overdose and suicide. Their stories are forever silenced. But like many other survivors, I am still here, wanting to come forward and finally lift the weight, if only to be part of everything again. This is more than just my story. This is for every survivor who feels alone, ashamed, or afraid to come forward. This is about breaking the chains of silence by revealing what life is really like. In the coming blogs, I'll be sharing more of my stories, the struggles, the coping mechanisms, and the things that I've learned along the way. Together, we can change social discourse, create an environment where survivors feel empowered to come forward, receive the support they deserve, and emerge from the silence. Thank you.